Y'all, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, this is gonna be an intense one. Like, grab your weed, grab your water, grab your things, hydrate, light it if you need it. Like, settle in. I'm not saying that this reading is gonna be intense. I'm saying that this full moon partial lunar eclipse in Pisces is going to be intense. Spiritually, like, let's buckle the fuck up. Yo, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for this full moon partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. Bruh. It's like the emotional slate is clearing. There's like, it's an eclipse energy. So it's like things suddenly in, things suddenly out. And I feel like the subconscious mind is getting heavy, hella activated. Unconscious feelings and emotions and shit that's been under the rug for a while is like coming to the surface. And there is just like clearer emotional and spiritual sight, and it's giving activation. I feel like that's the number, like the word I keep hearing is like activation, activation. And it don't have shit to do with you. It don't have shit to do with us. This shit is out of our hands. Like, I didn't even really want to ask questions because, but it's a lunar eclipse, and I know eclipses bring things in suddenly and take things out suddenly. And so I'm going to ask about that, but that's it. I don't even feel like, part of me feels a little disrespectful for even asking that. I do not suggest doing magic or spells or do it on no. Put your wand down. Like, this is the important time, I feel like, to get in receptivity mode, to really get yourself in the position where you're just like, it is what it is. Like, you let yourself receive. And I don't want you to be in fear. This can be fucking beautiful. This could be so beautiful. This could be you being in a place where it's just like all this stress or worry or anxiety being removed. For some of you, it's just like such clear awareness, like things that you were like about clarity. You know what I mean? Or don't be a groupie, keep it motherfucking moving. You know what I mean? There, it could, either way. I just want you to know that whatever happens is happening for you. And because Pisces is the sign of I believe, if your ass was plugged the fuck into your faith and knew deeply in your bones that the God of your understanding got you, you ain't got nothing to fear anyway. Fuck, I look like being in fear. And I feel like that's a huge thing. Some of you, this could be like deep. For some of you, this will be religious. For some of you, this will be like you connecting to the God of your understanding in a way that you have never before. I feel like for some of you, this is like really, you or the people around you are really opening up spiritually, and you're going to have to, like, you know, like show up as like a teacher or a guide or a helper in some sort of way. I feel like like hella spiritual gifts are being activated, yours, the people around you. There's just also understanding that Pisces is the sign of like unconditional love. Pisces is the end. Pisces is the spirit world. Pisces is the spirit realm. All things beyond the veil, all things subconscious, all like dreams, imagination, all of that is Pisces shit. And I say that Pisces is the end because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces is the most complex sign. It's the most complex season because it's the culmination of all of the signs into one. It's the whole fucking wheel, you know. And that's why we like we give Pisces such a hard time, but it's just like they're like that fucking that movie Lucy, where it's just like, I feel everything. It's like they got to walk around with that shit all the time, which is why half of them are drunk or high or lost in a fucking video game or like lost in some variation of escapism. Because how can one person, like, how can you embody that if you don't have some locked down solid foundation of faith, locked down solid foundation in family, in friends? If you don't have some fucking port, I don't know how they do it. I truly don't. They're walking miracles. Truly. 4:44 on the clock. But this shit's about to get stabilized, baby. I feel like people with Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, there is a deep stabilization that's coming in for you over the next 3 years. You got Saturn retrograde in your sign right now, but when Saturn is going to be direct and there for another few years. So the structure will be structuring in your life big time. Honestly, thank God this is only a partial lunar eclipse, because I feel like if this was a total lunar eclipse, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm just so filled with it, like invigoration and also endorphins. I just got back from like a 3.5 mile walk, and I was like walking down the street at night. It's like 1 a.m. right now. But I was walking down the street at night screaming Paramore at the top of my lungs, just walking. Imagine you seeing me in the middle of the street, just walking down your street at like midnight. It's pitch black outside. And I'm like walking in the middle of the street. Fuck a sidewalk. What did I just see? I saw some guy. He's like, you know why they made sidewalks? Is because not all these motherfuckers are made for the streets, and it's just, or can handle the streets or something like that. And it's just like, that ain't that the truth. Anyway, there's I feel like fear being removed from your body and being replaced with faith. That's the big thing that's happening. um I just feel like this energy is so intense that it can completely change like your whole emotional and spiritual trajectory. I mean, that's what eclipses are supposed to do anyway. But I'm low key grateful that this is just a partial lunar eclipse. Um, cuz it's already Pisces and it's already going to be a lot. So like I said, hydrate, light it if you need it. And I want to go ahead and create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, not, excuse me, for this full, but okay, yeah. Y'all need some messages too. But for this full moon, partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. I also feel like something is coming full circle from that previous lunar eclipse that happened in Libra in March. That was March 25th, I want to say. Um, I feel like for a lot of us, something is coming around full circle, or something that a seed that was planted or something that started in March is like going to be developing in September. So just for some of you, like, think about what was going on in March, late March. Okay, this eclipse is happening on September 17th at 10:34 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:34 p.m. Mountain Time, and it's happening at 25 degrees Pisces. And you know I got to hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And it's at 25 degrees. I'm a 25-degree Aries. So you see how intense I am. You know what I mean? You see how like crazy shit gets. 25 degrees is the last decan. Like this is this is intense. This is like high up. There's only 29 to 30 degrees depending on, the astrologer that you're, or astrologist you're talking to. So this is happening deep in Pisces. And keep in mind that Neptune is retrograde there. And Saturn is also retrograde. I didn't look at the degrees. I should have looked at the aspects there. But either way, we're about to have a full moon partial lunar eclipse in Pisces while Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. Neptune being mysticism, being like the planet of illusion, reality. Like Neptune has already like snatched off your rose-colored glasses, crumbled them up in his hands, and throw them on the ground. You can't tape them bitches back together. You are forced. We are all forced collectively to see the truth of everything. So there is just so much truth being revealed, so many illusions and delusions that are falling away. And also Saturn is retrograde there. And Saturn is like time, discipline, karma, structure. Saturn ensures if you do the hard work, there will be a reward. Saturn is like dad energy, and so there's something like, fuck, dad's home. We gotta like hurry up. We just threw a party and we gotta clean it. It's kind of like that. But I'm actually kind of happy he's retrograde because I don't feel like he's gonna be like showing up full force or as intense as he could if he were direct. But Saturn retrograde in Pisces is like, yo, what's going on with your mental health habits and how are you tending to that shit on a daily basis? What is going on with your spiritual practice? How are you tending to it on a daily basis? If you don't have a spiritual practice, it's time to get one. If you do have one, things will be going to the next level. And I feel like it's kind of let go or be dragged. Like there is another step up that like. And also Saturn in Pisces, actually in Tarot, is the Eight of Cups. And so there's something about turning your back on your comfort zone, turning your back on the old emotional cycle. Ooh, I just saw 1111. Oh, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, we just thank you for all that you've done, all that you're going to do. Thank you for showing up. We trust you, we trust you, we trust you, and we still believe in the name of the Most High. I feel like them 8 cups in the let me see if I can find the 8 of cups real quick. Watch it be real close. With the 8 of cups, there's something about like the contents of those 8 cups. Whatever has let you be comfortable, stagnant, maybe what's even happened the last 8-10 months. There could be just some sort of like a getting out of your comfort zone, walking away, turning your back on stuff, going towards this incline. There is an uphill climb that he is embarking on. This is something about turning away from your comfort zone, turning away from how things have been and going towards your fucking dreams. Like there is, and that looks like the start of an eclipse. Yo, I can't make this shit up. Getting out of your comfort zone and going towards what do you want to do while you're here, while you're on this earth? Like what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to that you've been dreaming of? And who told you couldn't have it or couldn't make it happen? Or that you can't have some variation of it? This is like Pisces governs dreams and reality. And so when did we lose faith that our dreams can become our actual reality? I told God I wanted a life that I got to walk around, that I got to be in a robe and like flowy clothes all day. And that's what I'm living. I had to do some work. I had to do a lot of work. A long time. I'm still doing all this work. But I'm here. You know what I mean? If it's anything is fucking possible. I've been doing this weird shit, this astrology shit since middle school, y'all. At no point did I ever think that it would pay all my bills and take me around the world. Mashallah. Like, I did not know. I didn't. And it's just like, if I'm not some like special being, I just tuned in. I just like talking to God all day. That's what I be doing anyway. That's what I do anyway. So why would I why would I not? And so there's something about like you're already operating in your purpose. You're already doing some variation of it anyway. Lean into it. Nothing is fucking impossible unless you have deemed it impossible. If you've already told yourself, I can't have that, that's not something for me, that's too far fetched, then you don't, then you're right. We got to get Delulu in this motherfucker. Like, welcome the Delulu. But understand when you welcome the Delulu, there is fucking actions. There's work ethic. There are steps that have to be taken to like welcome the Delulu, to dream that shit. Look at God. Talk to the God of your understanding. Pray for it. Like figure out what it is that you want, because you can make your dreams come true. You can have that. You can be self-made. Look at me and my motherfucking cups. Look what I did. I did that. You can be in that place. That's available to you. But it always will come down to, do your actions match your ambitions? All right, I'm done. So, Elias Lonsdale's description of the 25th degree of Pisces is people and animals frightened during an eclipse. Bitch, I can't make this up. I don't know if it's going to show you. That's the title. During an eclipse. I need a sip of water. I'm sorry if this makes weird mic noises. I'm already weirded out. I don't even know. I'm like, people and animals frightened during an eclipse. I don't know if I'm ready for this. God. Whoo-wee, that just gave me fucking full body chills. Going deep and going far, yet emotionally afraid and bereft, impelled by great force of being to carry on with destiny's strides forward. You are periodically swamped by onslaughts of everything feared coming true, being certain and being terrorized. The exquisite gift of pulling yourself through the enactment of personal, collective, and ancestral nightmares. You feel a consecration to what is coming into being on the expanded horizon, and a warrior's courage in always going back and grappling with the lingering shadows. A mission that cannot be refused. Ooh! I'm not gonna cry. A mission that cannot be refused, y'all. That's how like so much of my life is like has felt recently. Like, I'm not gonna cry right now, and it's okay to cry. I just like, I'm not doing this right now. Give me a second. A mission that cannot be refused. I feel like that is a perfect blurb for a lot of our lives right now. It's like, ah, you thought you had free will. You thought you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. You thought that you can hop on this spiritual high priestess fucking hierophant, high priest journey and just like while up. No. A mission that cannot be refused, and a sense of purpose that defies its own collapse and rises from the ashes repeatedly. God damn. I may have to read the whole thing over again. I'm sorry. Like, that last sentence, I mean, get this shit tattooed on me. A mission that cannot be refused, and a sense of purpose that defies its own collapse and rises from the ashes repeatedly in the name of the Most High. Mashallah. Like, going deep and going far. If you want to read this for yourself, you can just Google inside degree or search. I'm trying to stop saying Google. You can search inside degrees and by Elias Lonsdale, and it will come up, and you can select the 25th degree of Pisces. People and animals frightened during an eclipse. And I don't take everything literally. I don't feel like this is going to be like literal nightmares, but it very well could be. But there is something there around, like the deepest of the fucking depths is coming to the surface for the collective. Going deep and going far, yet emotionally afraid and bereft. Impelled by great force of, I also warn you, this motherfucker can do a run-on sentence like it's like he's getting paid for it. Because he did. Impelled by great force of being to carry on with destiny strides forward. You are periodically swamped by onslaughts of everything feared coming true, being certain and being terrorized. The exquisite gift of pulling yourself through the exquisite gift of pulling yourself through the enactment of personal, collective, and ancestral nightmares. Because that's the thing, regardless of what comes up, be it personal, collective, ancestral, you have the exquisite gift of pulling yourself through it. Because you are of the divine. The divine is of you. There is literal stardust in your blood. The above is of the below, and the below is of the above. We have the exquisite gift of pulling ourselves through. But just because you were given the gift doesn't mean that everybody knows how to open it. Doesn't mean just because you were given this gift doesn't mean that you're going to open the box. And you got to understand that for other people too. We are all being given the exquisite gift of pulling ourselves through, but not everybody is interested. Not everybody is faithful or believes enough or is, like loyal enough to themselves. Like, not everyone is interested in surrendering, not enough to open the fucking gift. The exquisite gift of pulling yourself through the enactment of personal, collective, and ancestral nightmares. You feel a consecration to what is coming into being on the expanded horizon. Search consecration if you don't know what it means. Because I can't even unpack that right now. You feel a consecration to what is coming into, and it's so crazy because the high priest is just sitting there looking at me right now. You feel a consecration to what is coming into being on the expanded horizon, and a warrior's courage in always going back and grappling with the lingering shadows. And I feel like that's what's coming up. A lot of fear, a lot of bitch acidness is being purged up out of us. Because a lot of us, if you watching this, you have some kind of consecration. You have some sort of mantle on your life. You have some kind of anointing on your life. I'm not fucking around. I don't even know if I'm going to post this on YouTube. I will, because everyone who's meant to see it will see it. I'm going to put it out there in the collective. But either way, you feel a consecration to what is coming into being on the expanded horizon. So you know that it's already blessed by the divine. And you also feel a warrior's courage in always going back and grappling with the lingering shadows. Good God. I'm trying not to cry, y'all. This is okay. Because what it's giving is, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Like, what is a shadow to what I'm connected to? I hope that you feel that. I hope you feel that connected to the God of your understanding. Some people think God is some white dude with a beard and a cloud. Some people think God is nature. Some people think God is science. Whatever it is, you better plug the fuck into it. That's all I'll say on that. A mission that cannot be refused and a sense of purpose that defies its own collapse and rises from the ashes repeatedly. That feels like the whole video. That's the whole word. I'm gonna pull, but Jesus, that's what it's giving. Okay. Okay. I really don't want to even ask this. It's just because it feels unnecessary, and I feel like me asking this displays a lack of faith that I know I don't have. I just know that you guys came here to receive a word. And I was going to ask what's coming in and what's going out. Or, okay. Do I have the okay to do this? Okay. But I'm going to keep it brief. What's going out? What's being removed? For our greatest and highest good. Please reveal what you're able to reveal, because that's the thing about eclipse energy. We're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to be like really searching for answers right now. This is very let go, let God. This is very like time of like whatever happens, happens. What's being removed? The King of Swords came out with the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands, and the Sun. And honestly, I'm feeling some type of way right now, God, because this feels like a personal punch to the gut. But I'm gonna keep that to myself. The King of Swords. Okay, so this could be somebody with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. This could be an old stuck mindset. This could be you in that like, I know everything. I know where I'm going. I know what I got. I know who I am. I know what blah blah blah. I know, I know, I know. I feel like that shit is being removed from you. There may be somebody that is very like cold or very sharp or mean or savage or rude, or someone who is just like very masterful in the mind, but maybe, really hard to read, or maybe really sharp, or may just not be as kind as you want them to be. This could be an authority figure. This could be, a lover. It could be a friend. It could be a mentor or a teacher or a boss. But I feel like that, like, I know it all shit, regardless if this is a person or if this is an attitude within you, an attitude from someone around you, or like energy that you have been displaying or you've been feeling. There's just something where like you think you know, but you have no fucking idea. This could be like, especially you being like, oh, I know, my man, blah, blah, blah. Like there could be just something there around um, like the ending of a contract with someone, the ending of like a romantic, like soul contract with someone. There could just be like this version of this person that you met is also maybe removed. Maybe you've been dealing with somebody's representative. I'm not going to try to like sugarcoat it for myself or for anybody else. Maybe there is just something that you have really been fantasizing about, something or someone that you have really, really wanted. And the divine's like, I got better for you. You asked for all these things on this list and I got what you want. Hey, dirty. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry. Said, hey. That's how that feels for some reason. It's just like, I know you asked for this thing. I got you. And for some of you, this person being removed from you, it may hurt, this fantasy being removed from you. But I also feel like this is an illusion. We don't know everything. So quit trying to think of like the Rolodex of all the Gemini, Libras, or Aquarius, or the mean people, or the shit that you know in your life. This could be an aspect of you. That's why I got the okay to do it, but I felt like I shouldn't have. And I feel like they said some shit to really like make me afraid. Um, but also like, why would you be afraid of losing someone? If something is removed from you, it's only because the fact that it's happening for you and there is something better. So let's get out of this place of being like so fearful of like losing romantic relationships. Okay, because we've gotten to this point as a collective where it's like we expect another human being to do what the divine used to do for us. And so that's why there's all this pressure in relationships. There's all this pressure for someone to be your everything, to complete you, blah, blah, blah. You are already complete within yourself. The word 150 years ago, the word soulmate used to just mean God. And now we are literally expecting a human being to do for us what the divine used to do. So this could be like the fantasy that you have. Also, okay, what this feels like is for some of you, you have been putting your relationship, your commitment, your maybe even marriage before your spiritual connection. Your relationship to the God of your understanding is the first marriage. And you putting everything before that tips the scales and tips the equation and makes it so that the math can't math. Because it puts, when you put someone before you, when you put someone before your faith, there's something that sends these signals to the divine that you are lacking, that you are not whole within yourself. Because the thing is that we are, it's in this realm, we live in a physics-based reality, and in this realm, 1 + 1 = 2. Your responsibility is to get to oneness. And when you get to oneness, when you get to fulfillment, you attract other people that vibrate at the same frequency. And then we can have union. And so, okay. Also, I feel like what's being removed is some of y'all are real fucking hard. Like, I'll never be married. I'll never this. I'll never that. I'll never love again. I just heard the new Kalani song and it's called Single. And she says, sure, I'm never gonna love ever again, or some shit like, sure, I'm never gonna love ever, or something like that. And I was just like, really? Why would you even put that spell on yourself? Why would you even say that? Like, I feel like what's being removed is, for a lot of us, is a fucking callus over our heart. The way that we are so logical and strict and stern and pragmatic about love and relationships and union, I just feel like there is a cutting through to your inner child. There's a cutting through to like issues that have happened with men, things that have wounds that have stemmed all the way back to like your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather. It's like there's some we talked about the ancestral nightmares. There is just something about like your ancestral connection to the masculine, your ancestral connection to the father that has put you in this position where you see every fucking thing as a red flag. You are just like constantly scared, like, oh, I'm leaving on the red flag, or the first red flag I see, blah, 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 which understandable. But there's something around like your calloused heart or how logical you are being when it comes to love, and love is not ever supposed to be this like, what was that, see, love is not supposed to be this like hyper logical thing. And for some of you, if there is a lover that's getting in the way of your greatness, is there, if there is somebody that is really not for you, you need to be willing to let the divine do its work, because everything that's natural has a life cycle. Everything that is born dies. And so there's something around like letting this old version, that was what was after the sun, is letting this old version of you, that wounded version of you that led to you being this hard ass tough person, this super calculated, you're terrified to take risks, terrified to be open, terrified to let somebody in. This isn't for all of you, but there's a lot of us that have this really big callus on our heart. A lot of us that are way too fucking calculated when it comes to love, when it comes to how you respond, when it comes to how long it takes for you to text back, how long, like, you calculate and doing all kinds of, arithmetic around like how many hours this person like responded and what they were doing and blah blah blah. I feel like there's just a fuck ton of insecurity and fear that has led to you being a fucking thug in your relationship or a fucking thug in your love life. And that's like not, Venus is in Libra. We're supposed to be in lover girl, lover boy, lover baby energy, lover person energy. Because I'm telling you, all of this, like this new age, this generation that's like, oh, I don't double text and I don't, write back and don't approach me and blah, blah, blah. They have the biggest kick in the dick coming to them when they realize that all this shit has always been about love and it always will be. And so all this fear that you have around it, let your fucking heart break. Let it break open over and over and over again, because the love is that fucking worth it. And if you don't have the bravery around, if you don't let yourself tap into the courage to be broken wide the fuck open, not to be somebody's fucking fool, not to be somebody's doormat, not to be somebody's, like whipping boy, whipping girl, not to, like, you're not set up to be like that. That's not love. But there's something about the willingness. I'm going to show the fuck up. I'm going to open my fucking heart. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to leap, because we want access to that unconditional shit. If you're not willing to like let that old fearful version of you die for it, then however are you to be rebuilt? What is the blueprint that you are giving the architect? You know what I mean? What is the blueprint? What are the words that you're saying? What are you asking for? What is it that you have been asking the God of your understanding for? You're asking it with your words, your thoughts, your emotions. You're asking it with your actions. So what is it that you're asking for? And I just feel like there is a big change in what it is that you're asking for. And awareness also for some of you that, damn, by way of my words, emotions, thoughts, actions, I've been asking for this. Please clarify the King of Swords. Get the Hierophant. Some of you are really, really afraid of like going about something in a traditional manner. And whatever's keeping you from the next level has a lot to do with information, education, and in order for you to receive that information or that education, your mind has to be open. Your mind has to be malleable. Your heart has to be open. Your spirit has to be willing. We will we will experience 12 hours of darkness and 12 hours of day. That's how this realm works. Everybody is promised both. And so this illusion that if I'm a good person and I do everything right, I'll never experience pain ever again. That's a lie. That's a delusion and the wrong kind. Pain makes you grow, makes you strong. Challenges strengthen you. I'd suggest y'all stop asking for strength. You're going to get it anyway. So stop asking for it. Maybe it's time to ask for the energy to do something, for the motivation to do something. Stop asking for strength, because what you're asking for are challenges that are going to make you strong. How do you build your bicep? By picking up something heavy and overcoming the harshness, the weight of it. Anyway, you know what I mean. All right. Well, what's coming in? A very big end of a cycle. The world came out, and then the Two of Wands, where he's holding the world in his hands. Your autonomy, your independence, your ability to make heart-based, spirit-based, instinct-based decisions, your ability to travel the world, your ability to explore, your ability to feel protected in your nakedness, feeling protected in your vulnerability, the opportunity to get out of situations that you know you shouldn't be in anymore. For some of you, this is moving. For some of you, this is international movement. There may be something about what you're launching is going from local to national, from national to global. There could be somebody with Aquarius placements coming in, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements coming in, Gemini, Virgo also coming in. What's coming in is you getting out of some bullshitty situations. You getting out of these really turbulent, self-limiting mindsets and moving towards your magic. You're going to be discovering so much about yourself, and you have everything that you need in order to move forward, to take this next step. I feel I just heard a big ask. So there is some sort of a big ask coming in. Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and the ability to transmute your pain into power. We will be dealing with and facing our abandonment wounds, our Captain Save-A-Ho tendencies, our hero complexes. For some of us, there's religious deconstruction. For some of us, there's still heartbreak or pain or disappointment that has been held on, and it's kept you indecisive, or it's made you indecisive, or it's made you really defensive. The person that is leaving, or you leaving, the things, the way you handled certain situations in the past. It's almost like all of that stuff is really coming up. Mother wounds, nurturance wounds, self-worth wounds are coming up, so that you can be properly prepared for the first marriage, which is between you and the God of your understanding. And whenever you are divinely aligned, you draw in somebody that is in awe of you, and you deserve for somebody to look at you as if they are truly in awe of you. All right, last and not least, is there anything like what are the, I'm getting out of the way. Is there anything else that you need to say? Yep. Put your defenses down, lay down, get prayerful, get still. I feel like it's a time for you to really connect to your higher self, to, like I said, the God of your understanding, because the divine is trying to get you to understand how to stand up for yourself, how to defend yourself, how to protect yourself, and also how to gain higher ground and maintain said higher ground, how to stand up for what is right, how to show up for, the collective, how to show up for the underdog. There's just something around these like spirit based like defenses that are coming up. 44 is on the clock. And on the bottom of the deck, ooh, the Hangman, Pisces, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like there is something like a divine slicing coming in to get you unstuck. But baby, you need that rush of blood to the head first. Go listen to Coldplay's Rush of Blood to the Head. That's the second time I feel. I know it came out in Virgo season, but there is something there around sudden insight, sudden awareness, sudden aha moments. The divine is very, very over you only being comfortable in a helmet when they're out here trying to fucking crown you. Your coronation is coming. Whoop. And then the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. She is the visionary of the deck. She is the entrepreneur. She is attractive and popular and confident and trusts in her originality. And I feel like that's what this is moving towards. It's Pisces and then it's Aries. Pisces, I believe. Aries, I am. Which just is indicative of the fact that you don't know the fullness of who you are until you know what it is that you believe in. So if there's anything I feel like you should get busy doing this during this time, it's getting still and contemplative and allowing yourself to be in the position to just receive the message from the divine. There are powerful conversations that are going to be coming in and getting you unstuck. Just remember, this is happening for you. I promise you got this. I love you.